This building makes me feel like I'm in Germany for some reason. It just does not seem like a building from South St. Paul or West St. Paul. It's exotic to me. I have to say the building looks better when there's snow everywhere. And I just like the colors and the placement and that large grid on there. I like to fantasize that I have business that I have to do in this building. And then I try to look at the directory and find my way down the hall and have some weird cleaning smell in there. That's just sort of my fantasy about this building. I've never been in this building. I don't want to go in there because I don't want to be disappointed. I'm Carolyn Swiszcz. I'm a painter and I also make videos. And I live in West St. Paul. My paintings feature architecture from usually the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Deserted strip malls, little pathetic businesses. I really like the feeling of melancholy. For instance, that Sunday evening feeling when you have Monday coming. I always used to hate that feeling, but now my paintings kind of dwell in that realm. And so the power of that situation to fill me with dread has been diminished. That's the sort of feeling that I really enjoy in my work. This is a store that I'm working on a painting of right now. I've been painting buildings for about 12 years. I used to actually paint a lot of people. I don't know, at some point, the people just all left my work. They all left the building, I guess. And now I just focus on the buildings. I work pretty intuitively. When I see a building, it's usually I just know I have to paint that. I have to paint that scene. I don't really have any good reason. This was something, and not sure what. When you see that kind of standard building design around town, it's interesting to me, and then you can see how how people adapt the building to future uses. There used to be these round banks. They were all around the Twin Cities, and I think there's only about one left now, and I did a painting of it. It's a lighting store in Golden Valley. I've painted buildings all over the Twin Cities. One of my favorites is the Spruce Tree Center, which is on University and Snelling. You know it as the big green tile building. I also did a big concentration of paintings that I made on the intersection of Lexington and Larpenteur over in Roseville. There's a Flowerama over there, the Pet Connection, Old Mexico restaurant. I'm not sure what it is about this particular intersection of the Twin Cities, but there's mostly locally owned businesses over there. And so they have a lot of leeway to decorate and use whatever particular signage that they might find. And it might not be the hippest, slickest, newest signage, which is what I enjoy. This building, when I first moved to West St. Paul, was a cell phone store. And then it was a laundromat. And now it's dormant, it's lying dormant for its next incarnation. You know what would be cool? If I could have I should have a West St. Paul show in here for a month. Wouldn't that be neat? The West St. Paul sign is something I watch like Monet watches his haystacks in different times of day and different weather conditions. It has wonderful, splendiferous things to offer the viewer. I've been taking a picture of it every couple weeks or so, thinking that it could be part of a video. The different videos I've been working on, West St. Paul, Picture Window, and then Tuesday afternoon over at the Signal Hills Plaza are kind of like a song cycle about West St. Paul. If If my house had a big window, on Monday nights I would host a show. Stadium seats would fill up fast. If you're late, you'd have to sit on the grass. Mr. Midwest, you're the first guest. Got my own show, picture window. I started making videos because I thought that it would be a faster way to work. I have a small child. I thought that I could go through my ideas more quickly. I was very wrong about that because it's just as involved, but it's involved in a different way from painting. Picture window, tall and wide. What do you tell of the life inside? The first video I made was West St. Paul, and that was a response to a call for entries by The Walker. They had a show there about the suburbs called Worlds Away, New Suburban Landscapes. And they asked just the public to make work about the suburbs in which they live. Come on over to West St. Paul, summer, spring, winter, fall, we've got it all in West St. Paul. Get your permit at City Hall and build a new retaining wall in West St. Paul. In West St. Paul, you'll find West St. Paul near the former Dakota village of Kaposia. Today, West St. Paul is south of downtown St. Paul. My day job is doing tours for the Minnesota Historical Society, and so I'm kind of playing that role as a person that gives you helpful information about this part of the metro area. It's pretty, and you can complete your errands here conveniently. Stop by Pineda for tacos, burritos, and guacamole. Massachusetts, Miami, I've seen them all. What made me answer the call of West St. Paul? My husband Wilson collected a lot of the really dreadful, dirty snow winter footage around town, and we certainly weren't intending to show West St. Paul in its worst light. It just happened to be when the video was made. But I figured if you can take Minnesota on that worst day of the year and you can embrace it in all of its unsightliness, then what a wonderful gift you get on a day like this. Make art, raise a family, have it all. Relocate to West St. Paul, to West St. Paul, to West St. Paul.
Minnesota Original is made possible by the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.